everybody, and welcome to Kit 5. Kit 5 is the beautiful butterfly birthday card, and I love this one. It really is beautiful, and it's something just a little bit different as well. This was actually originally done with Maxine from Maxim and Crafts, I think sometime last year, and I fell in love with it, so I thought I'd give this a go as a kit. Just go through what's in. Well, first of all, I'll go through what dies and embossing folders I've used. I've used the Jamie Rogers Lovely Sentiment collection, which is Birthday Wishes. This is the beautiful borders for the butterflies. And this is one of the Sue Wilson dies, and it's called the Butterfly Edger. Then I've used 2 lots of John Next Door. I've used the centre part of JND 488, which is the Celtic frame, and the corners from the Infinity, which match beautifully with the excuse me, with the Celtic frame. And I've used a Creative Expressions 3D embossing folder for the background, which is called Tidal Sand, and that's beautiful. So I'll just pop those to a side, and we will get on. I'll go through what you've got in your kit. So you've got your cover sheet, you've got the 8x8 card. All pieces I have cut for you because there is quite a few. Now, the card I'm using is Hunky Dory Adorable Scoreable Marvelous. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's beautiful. They're all different variations of colours. I used the more of the pinky one last time for the sample card, but on this one I decided I'd use the lovely turquoise one. So, but every one of the that you've got will be slightly different. Giving you the details of what I've used. Please excuse me, I'm still getting over my cold, which I brought back from holiday. So bear with me if I start coughing and sniffling. But it's nothing untoward, it's not COVID or anything, so don't worry. But as I say, everything is listed on your cover sheet and what you'll need to use from your own stash. So I'll just pop those over to one side and take our bits and pieces. Decide it will be a lot better doing this as a tent fold. It will stand a lot better. But if you want to do it as a side fold, that's entirely up to you. I'm just going to take all my pieces out. So this was from the Celtic frame, which is beautiful. And the 4 lovely corners from the Infinity set. Just pop those to one side. Cut this small piece because that then will fit lovely on the centre of that for the centre part. And these are the backing for the butterflies. Also have a little envelope which will have any of your little bits and pieces left in, which are the sentiment. So as you can see, mine is the turquoise. So I'll just pop that over to one side for the moment. And we'll make a start and put these together. Now, it's entirely up to you how you do this. They will go on with double-sided tape on the bottom and just some dabs of glue, or you can do it with spray glue. I'm going to do 3 with spray glue, just for the speed of it. And then the other one I will do with the glue and tape. Oops. Make sure I get these all the right way around. I don't want them the wrong way. And just spray them over. And get my tweezers to lift them up. So, as I say, you've got your beautiful backings. And if you look carefully on your backing, the butterflies are actually embossed as well. Gorgeous. So I'm taking this. If by any chance you've got any pink along this bottom, it's come from the tape. I don't know why. Don't worry, because that part is covered. Oops. So all I'm going to do is to move them up there so you can see. I think I've actually lost a piece of card. I'm going to actually have to cut another one. I don't know where I put it. So these just sit beautifully over the top. So that's lovely. So if you bear with me one moment, I don't know what has happened. I've lost a piece of white card, which I cut, but I can soon just cut another one. It won't take me a minute. Let's get a piece of white card. It's probably dropped out somewhere, so just bear with me one moment. And, oops, just get the sizes of my book. I think it is, I think it's 14. Just double check. Do apologise for this because I don't know what has happened to it, but it certainly disappeared somewhere. Let's get my ruler. I think it's about, yes, it's 14 centimetres. I thought it was, but as I say, just don't know where it's gone. These things do disappear from time to time, especially in my workshop. I don't know where they disappear to, but they do. I should imagine I'll find it when I'm not looking for it. So, but I've just cut another piece of white, so that's just cut down to 14 square, which I do need. I thought it was maybe stuck to the embossing folder, but it isn't. So it's just one of those silly things that happens from time to time. So, whoops. Just put these onto here, and as I say, I've used the the spray glue. Entirely up to you. I will do one with ordinary glue and double-sided tape. So, but they look so pretty when they're done. As I say, it's a beautiful dye. And oops, let's just move that up a little bit so you can see. And that's that. So this one I'm going to do with tape, so you can see the two different ways that you can do it. And just find the end of my tape. Get it right way around. It's a good job I looked then. Pop this on. Just pop this on the bottom there. And what I do is I only turn a little bit out. I don't pull it all off. I know some of you like to pull it all off, but I just pull a little bit off. But I'm going to use my Craft Artist glue glaze because it's a lot quicker to use. But just dab over your butterflies. Whoops, that came a bit out too thick. And move that. Go away, I don't want that yet. So then bring my piece in and match up your butterflies, hold it, and then just pull out your tape. And so that is if you're using glue. Or another way you can do it is put a dab of glue on your mat, just spread it out a little bit, and then just dab the white bit through it so you get it, because it's not everybody that has the glue glaze. So I'm just going to pop the glue glaze back. Now with this, I want to put the tape, the blue double-sided tape, onto the bottom edge under your butterflies, not quite up to the top of the white. So as you can see, just run it up like that on all 4 pieces. Just a tiny little bit of white showing. And trim it off. That one, it slipped a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. It won't show that much against the background. That's that. And the last piece. There may be a little bit of trimming off to do when we put these on, and I will go through that when we get to it. So that's those. I'm just going to pop those onto a side for the moment. And the first thing we need to do now is pop our embossing folder. Now you can do it with the ripples, the smooth area, or you can do it with the ridged area. I prefer the smooth area on this, but that is entirely up to you. Excuse me. Actually, I think I'll use tape on this. It's probably going to be a little bit easier. I'm just going to run the tape round. It's a lot better on the rough ridge surfaces, should I say, to hold. It will hold it down better on your card. I sometimes find if I use glue on the ridged areas, it doesn't always catch the inner areas. It seems to stand off a little bit. We're just going to work round all 4 sides and run this down this edge as well, and the last piece on at this edge. Do you know, we've had some lovely days this week, and then today it's damp and miserable. Not nice. At least I'm inside, so I can't grumble. And run that down the middle. So what I'm going to do now is, I always turn back the opposing corners because I find that I've got a lot better positioning on it. Whoops, don't want to come off this now. That's got it. So I just turn back the corners. Everybody has their own way of doing it. I'm not saying that this is the right way. It's just the way that I found works best for me. But everybody has their own methods, and stick to it because that is what you're most comfortable using. That's that. And just take this one off the middle. Take that one right out. So I'm having mine so that it goes top to bottom. You can have it going sideways. That is entirely up to you. So then, holding the 2 areas that are not turned back, I can hold this just to see that I've got an even border all the way around. And then pull out my tapes. It sounds as if there's a cat coming. He'll probably be coming in, meowing. So if you hear a funny noise, it'll be the cat meowing. Now then, we want to take our white card now, this piece. And this is what you want to turn this over. No, we don't. Start again. We want to turn these back now and take off just one corner. I've got this non-stick mat, and it is very, very helpful because I can hold that down like that. I can then, well, it's me saying it won't slip, and it is doing so. So I'm going to pop this on now so that you're just under, there'll be a little bit either side. Take it up just to the top edge and then take that off. So you can see now they're all lined up, so if they've had any marks underneath, don't worry. So now I can cut this little bit off. But just careful that you don't cut the butterfly as you go through. On to the next bit now. So I'm going to then put this, because this colour matches this end a lot better. So again, on this time I'm going to take off the one corner at that side, and I'm going to take the one corner at that side, and again hold that and just position it along that top edge, pull this off, if by any chance there's a tiny little bit showing there, I can just trim that off and take that bit off as well. Get rid of those bits before they stick to anything else. So then we'll go on to the next piece and do exactly the same, just turning the edges back so that they'll just catch the card as we position it. Oops, we move it up a bit so you can see. So we've got that, and again just position up along the top white edge. Again, I've just got a little bit here, so just turn it back and trim that off. I'm going to show you a different way you can do it, which you may find easier. Trim that bit off. So on this bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim that bit off there like that, because it's not going to be seen. And this bit here, oops, don't want to catch that, let's get it. Just cut them bits off like that. It's not going to show, and it's going to probably be easier because you won't need to cut it once you put it on your card. But again, just peel your little edges back, the covers back on your tape, on both edges. Take your card and just match up right onto the edge like that, and take them all out. Oops, I forgot to take that out. So that then is your base card. Whoops, there's a little bit there that hasn't stuck. I think that was the one that I did with the glue glaze. So just let me put that down here. So on here, this is where you're going to use your tape, your double-sided tape. I have put it in your kit, but what you need to do is just run it along these edges here, but don't take it where it goes as far as the butterflies. You've got white tape because this roll of this brown covered tape, if you can see, a lot of the covering had started to peel off, and I didn't want it to get onto your kit pieces, so I've used the white tape. I much prefer the white tape, to be quite honest, but so I have still more of this brown tape which I will need to use up. Oops, I can get that. And then just going to run a piece across the middle to stop it sagging. That's up there. Smooth them. Again, I'm just going to turn this back on alternate corners. It's quite easy to turn back, is this, and then just take the whole cover off the middle piece, and going to decide which piece. I think I'm going to have have it that way, I think, on mine. So you decide before you put it on. Make sure your card has got the fold at the right place, and just position. There should be just a narrow edge all the way around, and then you can pull your tape out cover out carefully. So that is your base of your card. So now we are going to attach this onto the middle bit, but you only need the narrow tape. I'm using the 6mm tape on this, that I think it's the 6mm. Just let me make sure. I think it is. I'm sure it's the 6mm. I'm sure I worked it. Yes, it's the 6mm, which will just run. You can, if you wish, just use wet glue. But I just thought it's a bit quicker for me to use the tape rather than wait for the glue to dry. And you don't need to put anything in the middle to hold it down, because it creates a lovely shadow effect, which I think it really is. It's lovely. I mean, if you feel that you want to put any of the glue on the middle bit so that it's anchored down, you can, but there's going to be your sentiment tag going over the middle, so that will help to hold it down. So again, just alternate corners. And again, just on here. Oh, that's got it. And again, oops. I will get it in a minute. I'll pop that there, just that shouldn't move now. So what I'm going to do now is just make sure that I've got a nice even border all the way around, and take out my tape. And again, just want a little bit of double-sided tape on the back. I just run 3 pieces across. I don't take it all the way around. There's no real need for it. And like that. Again, you can actually take all the backing off these, because we're just going to add a tiny dab of glue, just so it doesn't grab while we're positioning. Bit of shake it. Just dabs of glue. It just stops the static. And on this, if you notice, there is a whole butterfly in the centre of each side. So what we're going to do is line it up with the centre of that butterfly, and then you get it perfectly positioned. When it comes to doing these, I'm going to do these, as I said about the other, by putting some glue onto my mats. Actually, if I, where is it? I had a bit of plastic, but I think I must have thrown it out. Yeah, probably thrown it out, and I don't want to use a new bag. So what I'll do is I'm just going to put some onto my mat like that, and this I'm just going to just spread it out a bit like that. I've got a piece of kitchen roll. Get my tweezers and just going to dab in, oops, and then just position these just so that the circle is at the top. So if you can see, this circle just goes onto the top line. The one where I have a little bit hasn't come out, so again, just position on there like that. Again, just work round. Position there, like that. And the last piece will go at this piece on this side. And before any of that else gets stuck to that, just wipe that. So what I'm going to do before I wipe my glue off my mat, I am going to stick my birthday sentiments like that, just onto the centre of the white piece. And now wipe the glue off my mat. So nothing will get stuck on it. And just using my glue now, I can actually put this butterfly wishes onto the backing. Just run a little bit of glue around the outside edge. There, missed a bit. And position this into the centre there. Just leave it a moment or two, because we're just going to add a little bit of foam tape behind. So turn it over. We only want a small piece in the middle. I'm just going to trim this off when I find my scissors. Oops. I'm just going to pop that into the middle like that. And take the backing off and add some dabs of glue again, just to stop it, to cut the static. And bring my card into the middle. And this is where it's quite easy to position. So if I'm going to match it with between these, so if you can see this, I hold it up. This part here where there's these two circles, that is where I'm going to balance it between. So I'm looking for the two circles, and it's the top of those two circles that I'm balancing. Whoops, let me just come off a bit of those. So that is the card I've done today. That was the sample card, and I just think they look so beautiful and just so different. So thank you very much for watching, and please share your makes. It's lovely to see how you interpret these, and I will see you on the next kit 6, which I will be putting up on the Facebook page for you to decide whether or not you would like to join in. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.